no direct proof involving circle geometry properties. However, you need to know the properties so that you can do proofs involving properties within circle geometry. Right, so I'm recording the lesson today, just so if you wanted to go over it before your exam, this will be up there. Right, second. Right, polynomials. Okay, so things that you need to know. Okay, so there's terminology that you guys need to know. Degree, leading term, leading coefficient, monic polynomial, dividend, divisor, quotient, remainder. Alright, do you remember what any of them are?
Remainder. Is degree the power?
Yep, the highest power of your polynomial. Okay, you want to write next to it in your notes. Okay, it's the highest power of your polynomial. So if the highest power is 4, then we say the polynomial has degree 4. Okay, that's what I was referring to yesterday with that question you asked me with the graphs, and we had the degree higher on the numerator and denominator. Yep, so that's what I'm referring to. Okay, leading term, what's that?
That's the one at the front of the highest power, the number. That's leading term.
It is the term.
I'm thinking the leading coefficient, but that one's already there.
Yeah.
Yes, so what's the leading term and then what's the leading coefficient?
Leading coefficient is the number in front of the...
Yeah. The highest power, good, and then the leading term is?
The value,
the term itself that has the highest power. Okay, so if you had p of x equals 2x cubed plus 5x squared, take away 4x plus 3. Okay, so the leading term will be 2x to the power 3. Okay, and the leading coefficient is 2. Okay, the coefficient is the number in front of letters in a term. Okay, what's the monic polynomial?
one that has a coefficient of 1.
Good. Okay, where the leading coefficient is 1. That means you have a monic polynomial. Okay, so what's the dividend, divisor, quotient, remainder?
Dividend is what you with your, okay, so you've got your term that you're dividing by, the thing that you're dividing, and the dividend is the thing on top. Or is it the other way around?
That's your question. Inside here is the dividend. Out here is the divisor. And over here is the remainder. Well, technically the end of the long division is your remainder. Okay, so division of polynomials is the next point. So ensure each power of x is represented in the dividend. Okay, so this example here, each power of x is represented from the leading term. Okay, however, if you had that and you need to do long division with that polynomial, you need to put in plus 0 x squared. Okay, so with the coefficient 0 where necessary. And the dividend is equal to quotient multiplied by the divisor, add the remainder. Okay, so what we're doing is the dividend, okay, which is your polynomial from the start. You are factorising it as far as you can. Usually we won't have remainders because of our factors theorem, remainder theorem, and zeros of polynomials that we're working with, okay? So you're factorising the dividend into the divisor when you find a factor, and the resulting quotient. Okay, examples. Let's go through a couple of long division to get going. I'll give you a couple of moments. Maybe it'll be nice to make your coffees and teas. Maybe I'll be nice, I'll make you coffees and teas while you do long division. You got some tea bags? Okay.
It's been 4 years since I've logged by something.
What?
So it's just how many times the first thing here. X squared. X cubed plus 4x squared.
Just, yeah, that'll be great, thanks.
2x squared. Like, do you subtract the bottom and the top one?
I'm in the toilet, buddy.
No, fucking just tell me. Like, when you get the two things on top of each other,
Right
you
there.
subtract the bottom term from the top term, or the top term from the bottom term? I don't remember. This is a real problem. What did I do?
You're gonna sing that like all throughout your exams. Impossible. I'm gonna complete that HSE open legend of the pens going up your nose and smashing the head on the desk. That's gonna be me. That's gonna be me.
Can we do like a class, like some campus, we just a mass suicide. Trivials. Did I figure out how to do it? It's not proving that you're a better person. You can tell them that I had help off you. I want to make
I'm
something.
not proving I'm a better person. This is a competition. This is a
This
competition.
isn't a competition.
This is
That's
pizza.
great.
This is pizza we're talking about,
Oh,
Robert.
fuck yes, there it is. Jesus.
You fucking... Might as well start fucking crying.
Basically. Jesus.
No, that's it.
Not very good there. Huh. You go what?
That's right.
Negative 2x times positive 4.
No. Next one down.
You go what?
I'll circle the subtraction sign, the minus sign when I've taken it into consideration into the equation.
When
So it's, because it was a negative, it's gonna add it.
that's where I went wrong.
Where did I go wrong?
Wait.
Yeah.
No, you gotta make it. What am I talking about? I was doing
It's
it
so
right.
easy, isn't it?
I was doing it right. And then you see how many times.
the start of being okay.
It's been 40 years.
So Robin, Xperia Z3 or Samsung Galaxy S5?
Experience. Actually, no, you don't have any Sony products.
Yeah.
Probably the Samsung Galaxy.
Because like,
Get an Edge. Do it, they're cool.
what's,
The Samsung Galaxy Edge. It's got like it's got the curtains, like the sunscreen. If you look at it,
my supervisor from work experience, he's one of those people that has to have the new phone. And the new the new Galaxy Note that came out,
thank you,
it
sir.
has a thanks, it has a stylus that you can put in. They've designed it so you can put it any way. But if you put it in one, yeah, you can put it in one way and it'll work fine. But if you put it in the other way, it breaks the sensor for the stylus.
Really?
And the stylus gets stuck in the thing.
Yeah.
Beautifully designed. Wow.
Alright, do we go? You get the same answer?
I didn't, because I forgot how to do it completely.
You forgot completely how to do it. That is not a good sign.
No.
Okay.
You can go that now.
Maybe you should know one so you'd be sitting in there crying and I'd be like, oh, thanks for coming, my love.
Alright, so x cubed plus 2x squared, take away 7x. Okay, so each each power is represented from the degree right down to the constant. So how many times does x go into x cubed? X squared times, and multiply your quotient by your divisor.
Does it remain to 6?
Yes.
Alright, let's check it.
I did it.
What's the probability that they're both correct?
Highly unlikely.
We'll find out.
This line
Ugh.
is skinnier than all the other lines.
Ew.
Ooh.
I have to divide. No, cool.
Oh good, you've worked it out before you finish the question.
I did it. So happy.
Okay, I've got 6 as well.
Not all is lost.
Okay, so when you finish your long division, okay, so therefore your p of x, what's in the dividend, is the divisor, so x plus 4, multiplied by the quotient, x, take away 1 or squared, plus 6. Okay, remember when questions ask you in fully factored forms, you may have a quadratic that you can still factorise. Okay, keep that in mind. Right, what's missing in B?
The square.
Okay, so that means you need to put that in there to help you with your process.
I don't know.
Now, when we do polynomials in extension 2,
Oh boy.
as well as finding integers factors, we can also find fractional factors. So you'd be able to tell me that 2x take away 5 would be a factor of a dividend. Okay? The process itself is not hard, but it's coming. Okay? Alright, so
I don't want to do that.
2x cubed. It is definitely interesting, the maths that you will be doing in extension 2. Okay, yes, it will get hard and pear-shaped.
These are so good to do.
Yeah, it's gross.
Alright, be careful of, now you've got your 2x out the front, not just an x. Alright, so 2x and 2x cubed goes x squared times. Luckily, so far, we don't have any fractional up the top, so far.
Oh wow.
remainder of 53.
Did you get 5 there instead of 10? Because some.
No, I got, well, I got 25 over 2, so I could account for that 2x.
Well, each of your new dividend is an even power, so you shouldn't have any fractions on top. And I thought I've done something wrong. I did. Right at the start as well.
I did that right.
That
So
annoying.
it was the 5.
I
Should
did
be
that
5.
right. No, I didn't. Yes, I did.
It is 5, yes. What's the question left field? But what's the capacity of your iPad? How many gig?
Like
50 something? I'm just trying to think up alternate ways to have your lessons recorded.
It's either 32 gigs or 64.
Yep.
the 16.
It's not, oh, not very big at all. Right, let's fix this now.
You need the thing where you can, where you can speed up the whole lesson, well, like 1.5 or 2,
Hey,
Like on the
so I'll talk very quickly.
when we're watching it. So it's like, so I don't have to sit there for 40 minutes.
It wouldn't be that hard. I'm pretty sure there's a. If you don't inspect all, you just change one of the values to 1.25.
That's annoying.
Gross.
Yeah, I know.
Shit.
Yeah, it's bad.
Tyler!
What have I done?
What have you done?
Oh, no.
So negative 6 on 2 plus 25. 19 on 2. So this is a poor question. Very. Yeah, no. That's not bad. I think I just took one of the values out. I think I took whatever was x squared out and decided to run with it before checking it.
Well, it'd be an ugly question like this and easy.
No. Nope. I've done the solution sheet, yeah, yes. How many times does 2 go 19 on 2? Yeah, I'm pretty lost.
9.5.
I did 19 over 4, I don't know if that's right. So my logical.
Well, what number times 2 gives 19 over 2?
19 over 4?
9.5 over 2. A decimal fraction.
Shut up, Mum.
That was a terrible question, and I apologise for that.
Stay home from here, that's not. Stay home from here, that's not. I had a good like 2-hour nap, and that was really good.
So 19.
I had two you know, downloaded all my PVP. I started off with the ID download and then started watch the whole thing.
Okay. The point of that particular question is to make sure you have this. Okay? That's the whole point. I won't bother doing this fraction in the last line. But yes, it is 19 on 4. You know, up top.
It's to make you appreciate the 0.
Watch Fear the Walking Dead.
But it's only 4 seasons.
Fear the Walking Dead. No, Fear.
Oh, Fear the
There's a
Walking
new one. There's only 2 episodes. Just start with.
Any questions on long division?
What was the color at the end of it?
Any questions on long division? Right, so that pretty much forms the basis of your whole topic. Okay? Right, because remainder of factor theorem comes from this. So, remainder theorem. So, if the polynomial p of x is divided by x take away a, then the remainder will be p of a. Okay, so no point needing to go through do the whole process of long division to get a remainder if you know your divisor and your dividend. Okay, and you don't need the quotient, you just need your remainder, or you need to substitute p of a. Okay, so examples A. Find the remainder when that polynomial is divided by x take away 1.
I can do this one.
Oh,
I remember
this one's easy. This is when you're trying to figure out what a factor is.
Not yet, that's factor theorem.
Yeah, no, like, you know when you substitute a number in a try to
yeah,
get zero? This is when you
That's essentially, yeah, that's if you use that for your factor theorem there. Okay, but when you're just concerned about remainders, we have the remainder theorem there. Alright, so p of 1, I need to now find. The 1 take away 3, negative 2 plus 2, which is 0, take away 7, negative 7 plus 1, negative 6, that's negative. So if you did long division of that polynomial divided by x take away 1, the end, you'll get minus 6. Okay? Okay, B. Okay, so this is now problem solving. Finding variable in the dividend. So when 2x cubed plus 7x squared plus ax plus b is divided by x take away 30, the remainder is 120. And when divided by x plus 1, the remainder is negative 8. Find the values of a and b.
Do we get two equations and substitute?
That's the one.
Okay. I think I can do this. P of 3 equals...
Yep, so you have two equations involving the a's and b's. You need to solve them simultaneously to get the value for a and b.
I'm busting out the calculator. Can we do this?
No shame using calculators, but don't use them if you need to know what the value of 5 plus 3 is. Okay?
Gotta keep your brain sharp.
Though you probably will go to your calculator just to justify that 5 plus 3 is, have not changed in the whole sign of our number system.
I should make sure that the answer is correct when you do things, because that one time I did 16 times 2 equals 36. Now what's the mark?
I did that once.
I think
and then when I
Yeah, no.
Is that-
I did that in my first exam as well, but I went back and I'm like, wait.
Yep. So at the end of the day, I need the correct answer. Okay, and you're told the remainder is 120, so pair 3 is 120. So 27, 54, 7 nines is 63, plus 3a plus b. 54, 63 to 57 plus 50, 113. 120 equals 113 plus 3a.
So I got 117, what do I do?
I'll just say it. Go on,
Lucky Cole's not here. Wait, I'll send a photo to him.
Hey, what?
Cole's got this fascination with the number 117.
It keeps
Right.
appearing in his life.
Do I need to pay for it? Okay. Now the handy thing here is that you've got b by itself. Okay, I would write this equation to have b by itself. Okay, because I know I'm going to solve simultaneously. Okay, so I'm going to get, if I've already got a b by itself, I'm going to write that straight away. Sorry, that's not right.
What's going on with your signs?
I'm having a shock this morning. Alright, b equals 3. Take away.
There you go.
3a. Proving to you once and for all, and probably more than once, that I am human. Alright, p of negative 1. So you've got x plus 1, so you need to remember you divide by x take away a. So when you've got the plus sign in the divisor, you will need to change your sign. Okay, so the remainder is negative 8. And note how I've written in this form here, because then I don't need to go back to the question. Okay, I can just rewrite, place all these 3's by -1. Okay, so the setup of your questions are important. And we know that P of -1, sorry, is -8. A minus 13 for B. Okay, so again I've written as B equals. I can do my substitution method for my thing change. Equation. Okay, make sure you label your equation, okay, and showing what you're doing in terms of substituting one to the other or even multiplying and dividing. Okay, helps me and your markers to follow what you're doing and increases your chance of getting marks. So A is 8. What did you do?
Wait, what?
I got A's and 4.
4A? You put the 3A on the other side.
I was wrong.
Oh, goodness. 4. Yes?
Here we go.
You can list it out there.
Oh.
Maybe. Not for the whole day.
I'm pretty sure we all asked it. The water was
B equals 3, take away 3 lots of 4, which is 12. Hang on. Alright, if you happen to finish your extension 1 exam biology, if, theoretically, or you've just given up and you hate it and you hate me because I've written you such a hard exam and you don't want to do any more, how would you check your solution?
You substitute them all into the original equation.
Yep, and justify that you get 120 for P of 3 and -8 for P of -1. Okay? If you happen to have the time.
I remember not getting that right in the exam. Like looking at it going, how I did this one.
I remember the one time I did this.
Okay, so
And I do remember. And it's like, they're like, what did I do?
I would say that I rushed the question a bit, okay, and if I'm making those silly, very silly little errors that I've made today, okay, I would think to myself, I need to slow down a bit. Okay, I need to just stop, take a breather, and slow down a bit. Okay, no point rushing through the exam because that's when your silly mistakes will be more and more evident. Okay, and I'll know that you're rushing. Okay, you're better off answering 60% of them correct rather than trying to attempt 100% of the exam and getting 50% wrong. Okay? So there's a reasonable chance, say that you're not shocked that you will not finish your extension 1 exam. Okay? There is a reasonable chance.
I thought it was small.
I'll guarantee you in your extension 2 final exam, okay, you will not finish it.
The HSC final or
Watch
the
me.
final?
Or end the trial, yeah. I guarantee you will not finish it.
Did Matt Watts get it? I remember him talking about doing
Yeah,
it.
we were sitting in here and like terrified.
When we were doing Mr. Harper's after school classes,
Yeah.
he was talking to Mr. Smith. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of them about a cylinder with something going around it.
Yep.
And we're just like,
He was
what?
saying like, you can't do well. It doesn't matter how good you are, you can't do well. Like,
Yeah.
like please.
Okay, so what that means is that every single answer will not be attempted, okay, because you are realistically not going to have the time. Okay, remember you're competing against other Extension 2 students
It's the ones in Sydney.
who had gone through very selective schools in Sydney, who has parents and carers that have forked out thousands of dollars per term to have their kids tutored. Okay, they've gone through school, they have completed all of Year 7 Year 8 work in Year 7, they've completed Year 9 work in Year 8, and they've completed Year 10 work in Year 9. They completed their mathematics course in Year 11 and done the HSC while they're in Year 11. And they just sit the Extension 1 and 2 courses for Year 11 and 12. Okay?
He's in uni studying engineering now. And,
So those are the kids that you are competing with. Alright? You are certainly not going to be up there, I'm telling you now.
did Mag get a 75%?
He got 74 for his
And
Extension
he
2.
get a band 6.
That's the equivalent to a band 6, yeah.
So we got a band 6 for 74%.
Wouldn't it scale differently?
In your extension, there are 4 bands. Your 2 units is 6. Okay? So you get extension bands 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay? And then ordinal bands, so it sort of maps out to, they sort of map out the marks to a full 6 band. You got the equivalent band 6, I reckon. You only just got in there though. Okay? Which I'm very proud of. Okay? Considering it's the first time I taught it as well.
2 band 6s this one. Actually, I know.
One.
Okay? And he got 92 for his extension 1.
Whoa!
Oh, that's a hard one to follow.
Okay, and again, I'm very proud of that. Okay, so that's the standard.
I'm not counting. I'm counting on maths to give me an 8 above 70. Like, just maths.
Give you an ATAR above what?
80.
I'll be happy with an ATAR above 85.
Yep. Well, realistically, you'll get there, I think.
If I put in the effort. This wasn't good.
Realistically, I think you'll get there. Okay, but it will take a lot of work though. But,
I've realised, like, all my, like structured classes were like some really shit. Like, Mr. Raven's been gone for, like, half a year. Ham's gone, like... It's like, where's everybody going? I need to learn.
This game is it.
I'm still here. I'm still here.
I love how structured
Who
it is.
knows? You
It
were
makes me
gone
so
next
happy.
month.
Okay, this is cool.
Makes me anxious.
Same could be said about you, Michaela.
Oh!
Alright, factor theorem. So, polynomial P of x. So factor theorem based on the remainder theorem. So your P of a equals 0, then x take away a is the factor of that polynomial. Vice versa. So if x take away a is factor, then P of a is 0. Alright, examples show that x plus 2 is the factor of that polynomial. So, what do I need to do?
Substitute negative 2.
Good. So you need to do P of negative 2. And you should be getting what? Should be getting, if P, yeah, if you're told x plus 2 is a factor,
You're getting 0. You get 0.
negative 2 cubed, take away 7, lots of negative 2, take away 6.
I guess you did, I got 0.
So, negative 8 plus 14, take away 6, and that's 0.
These are really easy. I remember like dying because of them.
Yeah. It kind of makes me feel like I've gone somewhere when they're easy.
Yeah. Oh, the way I say it, if it's easy, that means you understand your work.
When you're doing it.
Or you're doing it completely wrong. Right, B. P of x equals that. Express P of x in fully factored form. Okay? So you need to factorise that polynomial. What's the first step you need to do?
Find a
Times
factor.
0.
Yep, how do I find a factor?
Substitute in until you get a 0.
Sorry?
Substitute
The last number, you need to find a factor of that.
Factor of the last number.
Oh yeah, I remember that part.
Yep,
We'll do 1.
which I forgot to include in your note.
P of 1.
Okay, but that's a very important concept.
Does not equal 0. P of 2 go, Yahtzee.
What is it?
2.
2? There we go. Another word.
Alright, let's stop there for a moment. So we've established that P of 2 equals 0. Okay, that implies that x take away 2 is a factor. Alright, you have one of two things you can do. Okay, you can do long division. Okay, but what else could I do? Well, I'd be substituting all the factors of 6.
Oh, yeah, to do just more.
How many factors am I expecting?
3.
3.
3 factors. So if I get 3 integers, 3 factors of 6,
I remember this.
yeah?
I remember being able to
Yeah.
pick between this, and I
If,
always picked
now,
a little bit.
listen, that won't always work.
Because if you have a half a, like a non-complete
You might have a x take away a half, for example, and that won't work in this context.
I don't want to.
Okay, so you have a choice. You can continue to find the factors of 6, plus or minus factors, or you go through long division. However, wait, when you do long division, your quotient is going to have an x squared in it, isn't it?
Yeah.
That means you're going to have to factorise, possibly you're going to have to factorise again.
That's easier.
It's up to you. That's what I'm saying. I'll give you choices because I'm a good teacher like that. Okay, so I'm just making you aware of your options and you need to decide what you want to do as long as the question is answered. So 1 and negative 1 didn't work? What didn't work?
1 and
When you-
1. Like,
Yep,
I got
is that what you tried?
I got 1.
1. So P of 1 is not 0. P of negative 1 is not 0.
I've already done.
This would be a very handy question to be able to work out during your reading time if you were allowed to have your calculator in your hand. This would be one question I'd be working out if I had that option. Just on that, what will you use your reading time for?
crying. I just sit there like, oh no.
You know what questions I'll be looking at? Circle geometry correction.
Oh.
That's a good point.
I'll be thinking about your properties, looking at your circle geometry, seeing what properties you can identify, not necessarily your answers, but what can you identify.
I'll do that.
Okay, start thinking about a process and how you're going to answer your circle geometry question. If you've done your circle geometry, what's the other one you could do? Permutation combination question.
Oh no, I
Done.
forgot that.
Start thinking about your scenarios for your permutation combination.
Combinations.
We have to remember the identities. Oh, so plus 1 does equal 1. 0.
Sorry,
I only checked minus 1, plus 1 does equal 0.
I can't do it.
does?
Well, I've factorised it.
Okay,
Oh wait, plus 1, okay.
have we finished? What'd you get?
X minus 2, x plus 3, x plus 1.
Okay, so in this case, they're all integers. In this case it worked. In this case, you'll be finished your question really quickly. Give Rob in a minute and I'll make my next point.
Here you go. Yeah, it's 3, 1,
Multiply to give 3, add to give 2.
X plus 3. There you go. Yahtzee.
Right, can I make this point? You know that works? Sorry? You know that worked and you know that worked. Let's assume there's only 2 out of 3 found.
Just below.
Okay? what I'd be doing is this. Okay, so we've got that polynomial. Let's assume those two were. Okay, so x x take away 2, x take away 1, so x squared take away 3x plus 2, and expanded. Yes?
And then you divide by that.
X squared take away 3x plus 2.
Pretty wacky.
Okay, can we have a go at that one?
That's to degree 4. Oh, no, degree. What?
You're done.
Your dividend will be 1 degree less than your divisor.
Wait,
Sorry, your quotient is 1 degree less than your divisor.
Oh, no one.
Yes, so you found 2 out of the 3 factors, okay, and you need to find that last one. I'd expand your 2 factors, and then I'll do log division based on that. Okay, let's have a go at that, just make sure that we get the same answer at the end. So it's the same process, just an extra term. So how many times is x squared going to x cubed? X times, so x cubed, take away 3x squared plus 2x. So we got 5x squared, take away 7x, take away 6. Not plus 5. So x take away 5 wasn't the solution, wasn't it? X plus 5 wasn't the solution.
These are numbers, this are another factor.
No, it can't be.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't need it.
What have you done?
I'm asking you that question now. What have you guys done?
I'm going to go through it.
8, 16, take away 10.
2x.
Okay.
You've got a positive. What? Wait.
1, 3. Yeah, P of 1 is not a factor.
What?
P of 1 is not a factor.
Here it is.
1 plus 2, which is 3, take away 5, which is negative.
Would that be
The
wrong?
dividend, well, then no, not the dividend, the quotient is x squared plus 4x plus 3. It's a binomial.
3 and 1. Yeah, x plus 3,
Oh,
x
it's
plus
negative
1.
one.
So P of negative 1
Negative
is a
one.
factor.
That's
So this should be a plus. Well, goodness you do. X squared, take away x, take away 2. Good thing we're getting all these cobwebs out now.
What's the...
That's amazing.
Something smells like bread and later.
So x cubed, take away x squared, take away 2x. So negative 3x, take away 6, x take away 3. So negative 3, sorry, hang on, next one. 2x take away a negative x, so we 3x squared. So 3x plus 3, 3x squared, take away 3x, take away 6. Good, 0. Now looking better. Therefore, P of x is x squared, take away x, take away 2, x plus 3, which equals x take away 1, x take away 2, x plus 1, x plus 3. Alright. So that's an alternate way to do it as well. Right, so you need to decide what you're going to do. You're going to find one factor and then do long division, or you're going to try and find as many factors as you can before you have to do long division. Right, any question?
So do you have lesson third?
Sorry?
Do you have a lesson third?
Yep.
So I need help with that parametric stuff.
Uh-huh. I'm off tomorrow morning before school. 2, 3. I'm off half period 4 and I'm off period 5.
I've got nothing. I'll get you stuff, yeah.
I've got a parent interview period 1
Um,
on Thursday.
can we come in before school, like?
Yeah, absolutely.
An extra class. Ooh.
Well, it's Mikhail's asking Carol, so what are you wanting?
I'll come on.
Yeah?
What chap? What exercises?
Don't make me think about it.
What exercises have you done?
I personally don't want to hear it myself at the moment.
I think I'll actually kill you if you get a better mark than me.
I'm gonna try.
That's what happens with our extensions. You didn't do any of the chapter exercises and you got a better mark than me.
Well, you got the first 2 assessments you got above him, but the third one, which was weighted more, Robin got you.
I tried so hard to get all some short on you. You never even
I crammed really well.
Alright, any questions on factor theorems?
On what?
Factor theorems. What we just done.
Sure you did.
Alrighty, further properties. So, a polynomial of degree n cannot have more than n distinct real zero. Okay, so we have here a polynomial of degree 3 has 3 distinct zeros. Okay, can't have more than 3. You can have 0 zeros, 1 0, 2 zeros, or 3 distinct zeros. Cannot have any more than 3. Okay. Now, we've got that example there. So if 2 polynomials are congruent, right, we can match the coefficients. Let's try that one. Example. Evaluate a, b, c and d if 4x cubed take away x plus 3 is equal to a plus 1 outside of x cubed plus b outside of x plus 4 all squared plus c x plus 4 plus d take away 1.
Is this gonna be one of those crazy, like, 10 equation long
No, it's that one that we had so much trouble with and then we realised we just grouped all the ones with the same thing in it.
Fantastic, we're learning something. We have learnt something.
Really? Because I remember which...
Okay, you're matching.
Why does it have the congruent? Oh wait, yes.
So you're evaluating A, B,
remember
C
this.
and D?
I remember that.
Yes, so what you need to do is expand everything and then factorise in like powers of x. Okay? So equivalent to a plus 1 x cubed, b x plus 4 squared, c x plus 4 s d. Alright, so a x. Now this is already factorised as a cubic, and when I expand the rest of them, I'm going to have no more cubic. Okay, so when I expand this, I'm going to get x squared. Expand this, just x. Right, so I'm going to actually leave this as factored form because there is no other x cubed term. Okay, so planning your work at the start, spend that 30 seconds if you need to, plan your work a bit. Alright, there's no point expanding because all you'll be doing is factorising it again back into the original format. Alright, plus b x squared plus 8x plus 16 plus cx plus 4c plus d take away 1.
Remember this. I'm so happy.
Well, horrible question, 16b. Make sure 6 and b look different. Okay, once everything's expanded, you now factorise in like powers of x. So here I've got that x squared term, that's it. So it's just a bx. And then here I've got 8bx and cx plus 8b plus c outside of x. So
We have to write that bx is squared.
that's it. Eight. Hang on.
Like, I mean, just that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was already done. What are you doing? No, right. Sorry. 8b plus c outside of x plus your constant terms, things without x. So you've got 16b plus 4c plus d, take away 1. Okay, so now I've factorised in like powers of x. Now I can match. So, a plus 1 must be equivalent to the coefficient in front of x cubed in the other side. So, a plus 1 is 4, so a must be 3. Right, so bx squared, so b must equal the coefficient of x squared on the left hand side.
Yeah.
Okay, so b 0. Just like rubbing it off, rubbing your thought process off. Alright, so the coefficient of x, 8b plus c, must equal the coefficient of x on the left hand side. So 8b plus c equals -1. And you already know the value for b. So c is -1. Okay, you don't need to go through show every single step. Alright, you're extension 1 students, this means mathematics is assumed knowledge. Okay, just like extension 2, everything you've done below it will be assumed knowledge. And 16b plus 4c plus d take away 1 must equal the constant on the left hand side. So 0 take away 4 plus d take away 1 is 3. -5d is 8. Right? So that's what you need to do there. Alright, graphs of polynomials. So we need to use zeros. So we've done the process of finding zeros here. Okay, so if we were to graph that, for example, okay, so we're graphing this polynomial here. The zeros are at 2, -1, -3. They're the zeros, so I mean 3 places across it. And the polynomial will go in this direction.
Okay, so when we did this, I figured something out, and I don't know, it worked when I apply it,
Yeah.
but if it's positive or negative depends on, it'll make the end of it flip down enough. Okay, so,
So -6.
no, the whole polynomial, like when you, like the whole thing, where's that one? It's 3.
Here.
Since it's got a positive coefficient, the end of the graph is going to go up. But if it had a negative coefficient, it'd go down.
This here.
Yeah. Like when I used it, it'd work, but I don't know if I should apply it.
I can't give you a complete answer on that.
Okay.
You've discovered your own thing. PhD in maths.
Or it can go that way.
On a 2-page thesis.
So Michaela's suggesting the green one, correct?
Yeah.
That is correct. In this case. But I don't know if we'll work in all cases. How do I know which one's going to go?
I don't remember.
Substitute a point. What's P of 0?
Yeah.
P of 0 is? No, it's not.
Wait, what?
It's going to be
P of 0 is 3.
No, it's not.
-2 plus
No, it's not. What are you doing? Stop.
2.
This is P of X. What's P of 0?
-6.
-6. P of 0 is -6. So it's going to cross the y-axis at -6, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's going to be the green one. So I'm testing a point to see which direction the curve goes. And often it's easy to go the origin and find the y value because all you have to do is read the constant number. Okay, so that's what it's saying with your graph. Okay, so the question will ask you to find the zeros and then hence graph your polynomial. Okay, and until you learn calculus, that's the best we can do.
Where did you do that?
Okay,
Oh, I don't know.
just one of the exercises toward the end in your chapter 12.
I'm gonna get 24 nuggets today.
Alright, 8:38. Had enough, or you want to quickly, or won't be able to have time to finish everything there?
Carla's had enough.
No, I'm trying to figure this out. Do you have a book?
No, I mean, no, it's in the stuff.
Well, you don't have anything, do you? So I'm the only one here that
With what?
this.
The textbook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like for this question, these ones. That's the only way. I didn't do that. But
Yeah, look.
I go by which way the end would flip up or down.
Hmm.
So positive, negative, 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 positive, positive. And it's going to be.
Now, I would suggest, Michaela, if it was a degree 4, you would have 4 factors and then it will change direction again. So that
Yeah.
logic there won't work.
Oh no, it worked. Well, I took that into account by not doing it from the first one and doing it by the second.
Say it again.
So instead of doing it from the left half of the graph, I did it from. Okay, wait there. A.
She's doing what she wants.
C. Wait there. I'm gonna prove it.
Screw you guys.
B.